It's hard to believe that just a few days ago I was rousing you from a comfortable bed. It would seem that you have completed two of the tasks that Sabine set for you. If you return to Brightwall, you will find Sir Walter has some news on how to fulfill the last requirement.
I used to open myself to the world when it was different, happy, prosperous, peaceful. But that world is gone, and today's is a tragic and horrible place. I find myself feeling protective, sad, closed off. Is there anything left that is not evil and corrupt or broken and miserable? Anyone who is still innocent, pure, happy? The sight of one such person, no matter how small, would do so much for my spirits. I would open myself to the world again.
Hey! Oh.
Nothing you can express could give me what I want.
There you are! Oh. Oh.
Are you really poor?
You're going to make me blush.
Sell me your unwanted items. I want to buy them.
Not bad.
Ah, here he is. We were just talking about you.
Indeed, we have tremendous feat in ridding Miss Peak of Saker and his men. They have been a source of great distress for some time.
Nobody will be more pleased than Sabine. His dwellers might find some peace now.
Of course, nobody has suffered more than they.
I've been telling Samuel here about the terrible situation they're in. He thinks he may be able to help.
Yes, well, perhaps. I mean, of course. The thing is, as I was just explaining to Sir Walter, Brightwall has no overabundance of resources itself. The King's levies are rather steep, and we face shortages more often than is comfortable.
But
But were you to improve things around Brightwall, the people would be most grateful. And when people are grateful, they're also charitable. I'm sure they would find it in their hearts to send aid to those poor people.
there you have it. The way I see it, you will need all the followers you can get if you're going to lead a successful rebellion. What better time to start?
I heartily agree with Sir Walter. Pardon me for overhearing. As it happens, I've learned of a promising method for amassing followers. If you'll return to the sanctuary at your earliest convenience, I can show you what I mean.
hope you have trouble finding it.
Oh, this is terrible. Somehow the gate got open. And all... Right, you'll need this. Contrary to what most people think.
Feel free to change the color of your clothes or hair using the dyes. That is, after all, what they are for. Now, the book says there is an additional rather amazing capability about the Sanctuary's map table. It can help you find people who are in need of a hero. An excellent way to gain followers is by... You can now see the villagers in need. You can also see how many followers you must amass to impress Samuel and the people of Brightwall. Select a villager to help. By doing so, you will gain the respect and loyalty of others in the region.
Chickens?
By completing quests for those in need, you will prove your abilities and demonstrate your potential as a leader.
You? That's lovely. Just keep doing what you're doing. And no matter what, don't show them any fear.
My dear Bernard, one of these days the chicken god is going to come down from a celestial coop in the sky and peck out your eyes. So there! Yours sincerely, Arthur.
Have you seen my mate? Covered in purple fur?
You're doing great. We can't afford any mistakes now, or the entire operation will be compromised. You sure you're up for this? Many a valiant man has been destroyed trying to...
to find something.
Shops.
If you don't buy my goods, I'll bring you a job. No, really, I'll see you.
That's all of them. At last, the town can rest easy.
Oh, Bernard, you've got to lock them up again. This isn't right. They deserve to be free.
You're always on about the chickens and their freedom. You know what I think? I think it was you let them out.
You're right. I admit it. I couldn't live with myself any longer being complicit in this chicken oppression.
But they might have destroyed the entire town. Possibly the world.
They might have gone off to live peacefully on their own. They might have created great works of art or literature. We don't know. And we have no right to take away their fundamental liberties based on our own prejudices.
Well, now it's clear taking away their liberties isn't enough. I have to assume you'll try to facilitate another escape. And that means the only choice is to kill them all.
Oh, no, Bernard! No, don't! All right, keep them locked up, at least so we can talk about this.
You infiltrated the chickens. You lived among them. You know them better than anyone. What's to be done? It's a simple matter of kill or be killed.
No, Bernard, they're not like that.
All right. We'll let them... Only if you swear never to let them out again.
All right. We'll work this out.
I hope I haven't made a terrible mistake. But if I killed them, I would just make them martyrs. Oh, I just don't know about this.
It's what's best, Bernard. It's the right thing to do.
I wish I could believe that. I really do.
Now we just have to figure out a compromise.
I have no doubt that the people of Brightwall will end up following you. Merely show them...
I'd go up to the castle right now and
can't
kill
sleep.
Loke.
Can't feed them, am I?
We'll all starve to death if things don't change.
All I've eaten this week is snow.
You've come from the city, from Bowerstone, haven't you? You must have some food.
Maybe you're more living. Why? Why would the king want to make us suffer like this?
Getting so weak, I could...
You need more followers. Try influence.
Oh, it's you again. The one that convinced us to keep the chickens.
Thank you for what you did, though I will say it was a strain on our marriage for a little.
That it was. I didn't want to let the birds out, and she said chickens weren't meant to be cooped up. course, I said the definition of coop is a place you keep chickens.
Finally, we came up with a compromise that worked for both of us and, more importantly, made the chickens happy. We don't let them run free, but we let them do the next best thing. Run races.
First of its kind, though I expect it'll catch on. Gives the chickens an outlet for their aggression and allows us to maintain security and control.
Would you like to bet on the next race? It's very simple. Speak to Horace by the track. All profits go to... well, mostly they go to buying more feed. They're voracious eaters.
This enigmatic bird is also known as he who... Calm, imposing and dignified, the Colonel is the gentleman of the course. If there were a door on the track, he would open it for the ladies. And if he wore... 2 wings, Timmy's secret weapons are his 2 wings. The advantage they give him over other chickens accounts for his performance relative to theirs. Mostly Slow Joe's name is deceptive. He's actually slow nearly all the time and prefers to be called William. Mr. Cluckles comes from a long line of chickens who, with their natural combination of stamina, agility and showmanship... Mr. Cluckles comes from a long line of chickens who, with their natural combination of stamina... This enigmatic bird is also known as... And they're off! Uh-oh, now the fans are asking, is there a Mrs. Cluckles? Maybe Timmy should have kept his secret weapons secret. Timmy flaps into last place. Don't forget, folks, after the race, there's a meet and greet with the racers back at the coops. Always a good time for the fans and the chickens alike. Avenger trounces all opponents and carries the day.
Part of me thought we'd be safer killing them all. Then part of me just thought it'd be fun killing loads of chickens.
Mr. Cluckles comes from a long line of chickens who, with their natural combination of... And they're off! Mr. Cluckles catapults into the lead. The Colonel is dead last, oh dear. Mostly Slow Joe now trails, well, everyone. Just look at those chickens. Nothing, I mean nothing, is going to stop them except the finish line. And there's Mr. Cluckles, your winner! What a showing!
That Horace is an odd sort, and I caught him chatting up my wife. But he is the best cluckcaster in Albion. say chickens can't be trusted, but at least now I know they can be controlled.
And they're off! Well done, Mr. Cluggles, taking the lead effortlessly. That's the Colonel trailing the pack. He cannot be happy with this. Oh, how the mostly mighty have fallen. Don't forget to get your collector's edition Foul Downs hat, available today. Avenger races across the finish line and into history.
I still say chickens can't be trusted, but at least now I know they can be controlled.
You, good sir, you who live in such a tumultuous epoch, do you not thirst for the drama and emotion of a properly structured tragic play?
Of course you don't. You want to
You will find the legendary lost play splendid.
Finally, tragedy and comedy will come together as they should.
Turn back now, mortal one. Stay away from this
Only
accursed
death
place, and insanity await you. Don't pick it up! No, really, I'm serious. You lot just can't leave well enough alone, can you? Bloody literary tourists, bane of my afterlife. Listen, you. You're not getting my lost plate, you hear? It's rubbish. Worse than rubbish. I mean, what was I thinking mixing tragedy and comedy? I must have been off my rocker.
It would seem, my dear fellow, you have been apprehended by the ghost of Philip Morley. That makes us both his captives. I am Ransom Locke. If the name seems familiar, it is because I was once a detective of some renown. And yet, here I am, ready to live out the rest of my days, trapped in a book. As far as I can deduce, we are currently in a scene from one of Morley's greatest romantic plays, the near tragedy of Oliver and Ethel. I believe if we are to escape, we must act out the scene. But performing is not one of my talents. If I am correct, putting on this costume should set things in motion.
O Ethel, my love, my life, my son, if thou wouldst but give me one sign, one gesture that would speak of your affections, then might I think this grey existence worth living.
Ah, yes, a classic moment in the play. You are Ethel, the beautiful young daughter of a dung merchant. Show Oliver that you love him, and we may be able to leave this scene.
My heart is yours, my love. Let the heavens and the seas, the toads and the eels sing the song in my heart, for she doth love me, and all is well. We shall meet again in the morrow, my little ferret, and elope into the sunset to live out our days in wondrous joy.
A magnificent rendition. Truly, I applaud you.
I see you are gifted with remarkable literary cunning, but can you really comprehend the depths of my work? That we shall see.
Ah, yes. This is undoubtedly a scene from one of Morley's earlier, funnier plays, Bloodbath at the Royal Court. And this must be your costume. The role of the fool is one filled with tragic depth. It will require a masterful performance.
What fresh insolence is this? Out of my throne, you impertinent buffoon! Stand before your king, and do your jester's duty. 'Tis a troublesome time for this court, and my crown grows heavy. So make me laugh, or I shall have your head.
Goo-goo.
Oh, stop, it's too funny. I believe I'm in the right mood now to meet with those foreign delegates. I think I shall only behead half of them, yes.
I have never seen a more convincing fool. There is hope for us yet.
You handle my royal dramas as well as you handle my romances. But will your versatility extend to the more subtle domains of theatre, I wonder?
Oh dear. Unless I'm mistaken, this is a scene from Morley's notoriously violent historical epic, Titus the Mutilator, Part 2, which would mean this is the gladiatorial arena from Act 5, where Titus is finally slaughtered by savage warriors seeking revenge. A favorite scene of mine as a child, I must admit. And here is Titus's famous costume. I had some pajamas that looked just like it. Put it on and you will take on the greatest role of your life.
Titus! Thy pox-membered body shall pay for thy monstrous villainy. My son lies dead because of you. Now shall revenge be mine. Cold as your corpse and all the more flavoursome for it.
Do try to make your demise convincing.
You just don't know it yet.
Don't just stand there and get it, you fool. Dodge around a bit. Take that turd for brains.
You're not doing that to me.
More of my kin lie slain, and yet you live. You have breathed your last sulphur-scented breath, Titus. Ah, that's got a stink. Beating up on my... Glad that was you what got shot and not me. I'm gonna kill you anyway. All my men dead. My vengeance denied. My world undone. I cannot stand to live 1 second more.
A tremendous performance. That's just the ending I wanted to see when I was a young boy attending the theatre every weekend. I wonder what scene will follow now.
Oh, what scene could possibly follow such a masterful rendition of my work? And the way you improvised some of those roles, you brought new life to my words. I stand in awe. You have earned the prize no mortal has ever been honored with before. My missing play. I entrust it to you, for I know that you will do it justice. I call it The Ham Sandwich. A metaphorical title, of course.
Ah, you have retrieved our aged investigator. Happy day! Have you perchance found...
This is no time for perchances, Lambert. The play. Do you have it? We're saved, Lambert.
Oh, the joy in my bosom knows no bounds. Thank you 1,000,000 times. Thank you.
His head bosom. It's already working. Comedy and tragedy will at last join hands.
Bear witness to the tragic futility that is man. Oh, how it doth sear my senses to see paradise and yet to be barred.
That reminds me of a great joke. A guard, a monk, and a chicken walk into a bar. Unfortunately, the bartender had a mild heart attack that morning, so none of them get served.
And yet what purpose doth heartache serve when the infinite dark blanket that is death falls softly upon our still beating corpse?
That reminds me of another one. A corpse walks into a bar and says, "Can I have a lemonade?" "Certainly," replies the bartender. "I've never seen a stiff drink."
And so endeth our happy sad play, which reminds us we are made of nothing but clay. There's time only for our fool to say,
"Great big giant bosoms!"
What the hell was that?
Biggest load of old tosh I ever saw. It didn't even make sense.
Worst play ever.
Well done. You have gathered quite an impressive following in Brightwall. This should be more than enough to convince this little hamlet to send aid
I'm
to the
beginning
dweller.
to understand why
I believe Samuel
Philip
awaits you at the
Morley
town gates to
never
express
published
that
this
very
particular
sentiment.
piece of work in his lifetime.
Indeed.
Try again a few days later.
You didn't want to make us suffer like this. Please help us. All I've eaten this week is snow. You don't look like Brightwall folk. Maybe you're more giving.
Sabine's history of the Dweller tribe, as dictated to Boulder, secretary, bodyguard, and comrade. Very well. Boulder, I want you to write down everything I say. Now, these fellows at the Bright Wall Academy have asked for a full and proper history of our tribe to sit proudly on their learned shelves. This is important, you know, so write down every word as true as it's spoken. Honored scholars and professors and such. I am Sabine, elder dweller of... Well, I'll start again, Boulder, hang on. Honored scholars and professors and such. I am Sabine, elder of the Dweller clan. I shall begin the tale of my people with, wait, Boulder, wait, let me light my pipe. I can't think without my pipe. Ah, that's better. Boulder, have you got everything so far, Boulder? Good. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. The history of our tribe is the history of these mountains, for we were wanderers for many a year before we found a home. And we were not truly ourselves before the Valley of Mist Peak sang its welcome song. These ancient rocks, these noble trees, this honest soil, are as much a part of the Dweller tribe as the children who play in the valley's snow, or the men and women who hunt in its forests. Have you got enough ink in there, my lad? Huh? Have you got enough ink there, my lad? There must be facts sufficient to fill a book by now. I best hurry to the end. So, in conclusion, it's freezing, and it's tough, and it's beautiful. And what better way to describe the life of a dweller than that? These mountains are ours, and we'll fight with our lives to shelter them from whatever storms may come. But the most important thing about dwellers, you must know, the thing that defines our culture and our spirit more clearly than anything else is... Oh, bloody hell. My pipe's gone out. Oh, well, never mind. That's plenty for the Academy to absorb and to study, I've no doubt. Let's have a drink to celebrate, shall we? Just make sure you've not missed a word, Boulder, and we can send it off in the morning.
The Sanctuary shop has some new bits and